Steven, they can't hear us.
Oh no, they can't hear you.
If only they could hear the noises that are escaping him now.
No, that's Logitech. No.
Guys, we have to entertain them.
No.
Okay.
Everyone from the Twitch chat.
They
does
get.
it
I
sound
think
like it's coming through my Logitech webcam, or does it sound like it's coming? Cool. Well, hey, guess what? It's Logitech time. Today is September 20th. You are loved. Y'all, if you made it this far, you already know the fucking drill. Go to indoorreinvention.redbubble.com. Check out all of our good stuff. While I figure this out, hey RJ, who are you playing? What are you doing?
Hi everybody, it's me, RJ. Today I'm playing Caelum, the Shatterkai Wizard, and we both go by he/him.
Hello, everybody. I'm LBHackEmUp. I'm in a new space, and I play Gwen, the halfling barbarian fighter. Both she/her.
It's September 20th. You are loved. I'm Cyber. I use any pronouns, but I play Arjhan. He is a draconian ranger cleric. I'm reading it off of the overlay. He uses he/him. That's me.
Everybody wing. Hey everybody, I'm Wings, also known as Danae Keener. I'm going to be playing as Cori, the Eldritch Paladin. I use she/her pronouns. Cori uses she, they, and he pronouns. You are loved. That's it.
And I am the indoor adventurer, he, him, and I greatly apologize if my audio sounds fucking terrible, because it sounded good on Zoom. Chat, please let me know. Kirkland03, thank you so much for the sub. I hope you're having a great day. I miss you terribly. You were a great friend to have at work.
It has gotten better.
It has gotten better? All right. Sounds good. So I probably hit my Logitech at the right point on that end. So
just whop it.
Just whack. So last we left, twist it. Last we left off. God damn it.
Stop it.
Reverse it.
Fuck it.
God damn it. So, hello everybody and welcome. Now is the time of recaps. So last we left off, y'all had made your way to the plane of Bator in the first layer of Avernus, where you ended up meeting with a big old dragon mama known as Tiamat. It was at that point that she congratulated you on efforts well made, did her best to give a rousing speech, and then informed you that she was willing to ask Asmodeus for, well, you know, a little bit of a conversation on all of your behalf, helping you skip past a large part of the Nine Hells to speak with the Lord of Ruin himself, Asmodeus. It was at a dinner meeting that you graciously interrupted that he was willing to listen to your plea, and seeing as how you needed something from him, he entered into a bargain with you. A bargain of which involved the hiring of one Miss Connie Adler when she turns 18 to Arjhan's security company, Tyrant Security. And it seemed like a good idea. Asmodeus also had the thought in his gentlemanly mind that he would like to see what you were all made of in terms of combat prowess, as he was not willing to give the ability to put a deity-like creature into an item to just anyone. So seeing as how these were his terms, you all agreed. And at that moment, the floor beneath you seemed to sink down, creating a almost arena-like setting, and from the seats of the arena they began to fill with all sorts of devilish creatures. As the seats were filled and you stood before the Lord of the Nine Hells, as well as his let's say his cohorts and compatriots, a beam, a pillar of flame erupted in front of you as you met with your challenger. From this pillar of flame, you saw what looked almost like an ovoid shape, being two furled black wings that dissipated the flames that they were caught in the pillar of, and before you stood none other than Zariel, Archduke of the first layer of the Hells of Vernus, before you, with a mace in one hand, and as a slight retcon, she is not holding a mace as we had previously thought, as Connor made a good point of. So instead, you see that she has what looks like a clawed hand that as she grasps it into a fist, the fist begins to kind of sink up into an almost cylindrical-like shape that begins to grow a slight set of spikes as it becomes the flail out of her left hand. And you just see that it is loose, ready for action. This hammer is also ready. And she looks up towards Asmodeus. And that is when he told her to, see what y'all were made of in the best sense. So we are going to start off tonight's session with a little bit of initiative. So I'd like for everybody to roll for that, please.
Connor, you can't let me have one. You can't let me have one.
The boy is back.
Did you get a 0?
I got a 0.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
I got an 8.
Gwen, what'd you get?
21.
Arjhan?
26.
Fantastic. All right, so at the top of this here combat, Arjhan, you are actually going to be first in the initiative order. Surprising no one.
Shit. Okay. Who did I did not prepare myself for this. I'm a shoot. No, I'm a hunter's mark. I'm a hunter's mark first. That's the thing that I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I cast hunter's mark. Then I shoot. Where is hunter's mark? There it is. Okay. 29.
29 hits.
Okay. Let me look up Dread Ambush. If you take the attack action, you can make one additional weapon attack, dealing an extra 1d8 on that one. Okay, cool. So not this one. And the bow is set to ice damage.
Okay.
16 points for the first hit.
Okay. 16.
30.
30 hits.
To hit. 11 points on the second one.
Alrighty.
Shit, I'm not rolling Hunter's Mark. 17 on the third one.
17 misses.
Fuck. Okay.
All right, but did you roll to add to roll for your Hunter's Mark? Because you would have gotten an additional d6 damage on each of the 2 hits that you got.
Right. I'm saying fuck because they didn't get the extra 1d8 from a third one.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Sounds good. So...
and an additional 10.
Okay, and an additional 10. Got it. Sounds good. So you make these blasts against her, and the first 2 hits are in rapid succession. And this blackened armor that she seems to wear almost has a molting feather-like quality to it. It seems like it's almost like scale mail, but rather than being these very tight-knit scales on the mail itself, they almost have again, like a feathered quality to them. But as this third blast comes, just one of her blackened wings just seems to almost snap this bolt in half before it actually reaches her, even though it is made of energy. After your turn, she is going to use 2 legendary actions. Gwen, I need you to make a wisdom save. as her
Why is it always me?
as her two glowing eyes of ember just seem to glare at you.
Okay, I have is this a spell?
This is not.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
5.
10, 20. Sorry.
A 20 does not succeed.
Oh no.
Yes, so you are taking 17 points of fire damage.
Okay, and I am resistant to that right now.
Yes.
Okay.
But she
God, I have to do math again.
You see her she looks towards you, and it's not like there is a hint of malice about her face. This is just something that she has been forced into doing, combating you all. But there is a moment where you make eye contact with her, and you see at least 100 different ages go by in an instant of her interaction in the Blood War. That ferocity, that sheer force of will that she seems to house within herself connects to you, and it is an explosion. It is a physical manifestation of that power within her gaze as you combust for a slight bit, and then thankfully you are able to okay, I'm immune to I'm resistant to fire right now. So thankfully you did not again take the full amount of damage, but she is capable of relaying the amount of strife that she feels with just a glance.
Gwen just goes, huh! Fucking damn it, magic people!
Yep. So that was her legendary action. Gwen, it is your turn.
Okay. Gwen is going to tiny rage. And yeah. Okay. Let me just double check what I'm doing. And she is flying up in the air right now.
She is on the ground.
Oh, she's on the ground.
Yeah, she is standing on the ground.
I did not mean to click that. I'm going to. This is what I meant to click. I'm going to take the run tax. I'm going to run up to her, and I am going to hit her twice.
Okay.
Okie dokie. All right. Oh, I got a 19 on the first one.
On the die or in total?
Total.
That misses.
And then, wait. I rolled another 19? A virtual tabletop not found. Is it rolling them, guys?
No, I'm not seeing them.
No?
Thanks, D&D
Okay.
Beyond.
Thanks, D&D Beyond. Is it just... Okay, I think it is doing it, so they're both 19s.
Okay. Both 19s miss.
Yeah. Okay. That is Gwen's turn.
All right, sounds good. So, Gwen, you are directly next to Zariel now, and it is her turn. And she looks down towards you, and you can see, again, this, unflinching, expressionless face that seems to have these, pools of ash that just seem to be streaming down from her eyes as she looks towards you and says, "Such tenacity." And she reaches out with a hand. Basically the hand that's holding on to this frosted warhammer. And she, with 3 fingers, making sure to hold on to the shaft, still manages to touch your shoulder. Gwen, I need you to make a Constitution save.
Is this against being poisoned?
Actually, yes.
Awesome.
+5.
All right. So the first one was 17. The second one is 12. What the fuck, D&D Beyond? The second one is 12.
Okay.
So, oh, no, sorry. So they're both 17. What the hell? I'm sorry. After this, I'll find my dice.
Okay. Yeah.
I think they're all right there.
So a 17 fails.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just tally that up. So, Gwen, you are going to be taking 47 points of necrotic damage.
You did add 5 to that, right?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
47, you said?
47 points of necrotic damage, and you are poisoned for 1 minute.
This
While
is not
All
a
right.
spell, right?
It is not. While poisoned in this way, the target is also blinded and deafened.
Okay, I just that doesn't. I don't know if anything. You have advantage on saving those. You have resistance against poison damage. So
Yes.
if the poison damages me, is the poison doing necrotic damage?
It is not.
Okay. All right, then good.
Yes.
Cool.
But you are poisoned, and the poison has
Okay.
caused you to be blinded and deafened.
All right, I will add those.
And then she is going to, after she touches you, and she sees your eyes milk over from the poison, that is just super fast acting. Gwen, you are very good at being resilient to a lot of things. This is not something that you were accustomed to. This is like a viper, like biting out an immediate flare up. And as she just casually rears back with a warhammer, one-handed, or no, because she can't do the warhammer same time she uses the other thing. So then she reaches back with her left arm, begins to rotate it with her flail, and she is going to swing that towards you. That is going to be a 23 to hit. And then that is...
Yes, sorry. I muted myself instead of unmuting myself, as I do.
Okay, so that is going to be for a total of 12 points of piercing damage.
Mhm.
And then... And then 50 points of fire damage, halved because you are resistant.
I'm in danger.
He said 50.
I'm down to 60.
She's then going to make a second swing with her flail.
Do it. This stuff is easy.
That is a natural 20.
That's
You're gonna
fuck.
die.
Oh, good.
All right, so that is for 25 points of piercing damage and 70 points of fire damage to, again, which you are resistant.
Okay.
That is it for her turn.
I'm good.
So, next up in the initiative order, Cori.
How many hit points is Gwen at?
5.
Oh boy. Okay.
We're gonna die.
What do I got in terms of bonus actions?
You know what? Someone else tank for a little bit. I'll be.
We don't got any other tanks.
Got 3 healers. Let's go.
It. You is it. Okay. It's unfortunate that she's walking away.
She can still hear. She's got her headphones on. They wireless.
Okay. Okay. No, that's not gonna work. I'm sorry. I thought I would have a plan by now, but I do not. Cori's gonna scoot in and slide on his knees, land next to Gwen, give her a friendly smack on the ass, and lay on 80 hit points. Gonna go ahead and click all those.
The clicking begins.
80 clicks.
Lay on hands. The clickening.
I'm at 10. Okay, done. So that took some effort. And then, God, what do I even have as bonus actions? Nothing, really. I don't think I've got anything that I could bonus in here. Ensnaring Strike very much wants to be used, but I don't think I can do anything, really. Yeah. I got nothing, guys. That's it. It's my turn.
Okay. Then next up, Caelum.
Let's have a go at it. Oh, the lay on hands removes the poison condition.
I was sorry, I was snapping my
Yay!
fingers and pointing, but I was holding a double-pointed needle and it went flying across the room.
Danae,
It's not sharp! It's a knitting needle!
it's pointy.
I'm gonna take out
His eyes.
Tyler.
I guess Caelum's going to launch a first level guiding bolt first off.
I can offer you an 11 in this trying time.
Well, I got a 17, so that probably doesn't hit.
It does
Maybe you ought to
not,
save
no.
that 11 for Zariel.
Yeah. Well, maybe because her bonuses are probably going to be a lot more.
That's the thing. Like 20s, really good. 1s, really fun. 11s, eh.
Would you like to make that a 20? Give me the 11. I can make it a 22 and see if that hits.
I had to do it before the shot
roll?
it's called.
Mhm.
Okay. Cool. Caelum's going to backpedal as far away from this woman as possible. He does not want to be within melee range.
Okay.
I will say an 11 would help you out if it was a 22.
Yeah, probably. We'll see. Maybe save it for one of the melee people.
Okay. So then, Caelum, as you backpedal far away to try and distance yourself between Zariel, she looks up towards you, and she's going to use 2 of her legendary actions to hit you with her immolating gaze as well. So I need you to make a wisdom save for me.
It's not a spell, is it?
It is not.
It is not.
God damn these and their spell-like abilities.
27.
Got no spells.
27?
Yes.
That saves.
Uh,
All right. So
I'm taking.
that is... It's a save or take, so you take nothing.
Cool.
All right, sounds good. So that was Caelum. Arjhan.
Here. I am going to tutor. Did it seem like the ice was doing anything in terms of damage?
It looked like it was useful as far as like any kind of like extra damage or like super effective style move. It didn't seem like it relayed that.
But she did not resist it.
That is correct.
Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna keep it there. I would very much like to shoot.
You can do that.
22.
22 hits.
Okay, 15 points.
Okay.
I would like to shoot again.
Okay.
21.
A 21 just hits.
13 points.
Okay.
Okay. Gwen, how are you looking?
I'm at almost, well, I'm at half.
Cori, how are you looking?
Lost nothing.
Do either one of you are either one of you particularly fond of your reaction?
No. No. We're both mage slayers, baby. She hasn't cast any spells yet. I'm not
Yeah.
concerned about needing that.
Okay. Cool. I am going to just at first level healing word Gwen, just because you could actually use it because you have been hit. You get 4 hit points back. But if you would like to use your reaction, you can make a melee attack immediately.
Boy, can I? Now that I have actual dice out, let's see if I get fucked. That's way better. Okay, that's a 27.
27 hits.
For 16 damage.
Okay. Excellent.
That's it.
Okay. So, at the end of your turn, Arjhan, Zariel is going to use her last legendary action to teleport. She is going to teleport next to the wizard who tried to run away. So when
This is a spell, right?
This is not.
Fucking
She very strong. Yeah, so RJ, I don't know if you heard, but Zariel has teleported directly next to you.
Blink, blink, blink.
And Caelum, as you are like blinking, looking up at Zariel, you look past her for just a moment, and in the crowds, they're all primarily like devils, fiends, other creatures that you would kind of expect to be here. But you actually see another tiefling youngster that is sitting in this crowd. She is sitting next to an older tiefling woman, red skin, long white hair. But what strikes you most about this young tiefling that is watching this match is that they are holding on to what is puppy-sized, but in no way, shape, or form a puppy. This is actually a very small deep crow that they seem to be holding.
I think. Oh no! Wait. Yeah. Caelum's distracted. He kind of looks at the deep crow and puts 2 and 2 together and like, hey, wait a second. And he's probably gonna get hit here.
Well, that was at the end of Arjhan's turn that Zariel appeared. Gwen, you used your reaction. You hit Zariel, and just in a blink, she was gone.
I did it!
And you look behind you, maybe like, if you ran 20 feet forward to Zariel and Caelum ran 30 feet back, she's like 50 feet away from where you are.
Okay. She is 50 feet away?
That is correct.
Okie dokie. I was like, let me do a ranged attack. I can do that. But I don't have any spells. So what I'm gonna do. Okay. I am going to remember which character I'm playing, and I'm gonna pull out my 2 hand axes, and I'm going to attack with both of them. I'm throwing them.
Okay.
As I run up. Okay. So the first one is a 16. The second one is definitely like 15. I'm sorry, 26. 15 plus 11.
The 26 hits.
Okay. And that's math. It's 11.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my bonus action. You said she's 50 feet away. She was 50 feet away from me?
That is correct.
Okay, so I'm going to use my bonus action to manifest my echo 15 feet away from where I am, which was 35 feet away from where I was.
Yep.
Which is
so her.
Like right. Yeah. So if I can get it between, if I can get Grayskull between her and Caelum, sweet. If not, I just have him show up.
Yeah, he's right next to Caelum, because she is directly next to him, like hugging 5 feet.
And Gwen's going to make him give the sign, like, you're not getting away from us that easy.
You see him, like, when he's summoned, his eyes are closed, and just, and then, like, in the middle of the last part, as he's lilting, just, like, he, like, eyes, like, oh, fuck. Like looks around, like sees the audience, and like there you can tell he has like a little bit of stage fright.
Come on, bud. You can perform. You've done this before. Let's go.
All right. So that is the end of Gwen's turn. Next up is Zariel. At the beginning of her turn, you hear a clatter upon the ground as one of the hand axes that was sticking into like her upper shoulder just seems to get pushed out and then fall down as she actually regains some HP. So then it is her turn, and I need to roll. Okay. So she does not recharge her ability. Caelum, she has Warhammer in one hand, flail swinging in the other, and she is going to make some attacks at you.
GM?
Yes.
Ancestral Protector. A first creature you hit with an attack on your turn has disadvantage on anyone else.
Okay. So, Caelum, does a 20 hit you?
Yep.
Okay, that was with disadvantage as well. Just wanted to point that out for the Ancestral. So...
I believe you.
That is... for 11 points of piercing damage and 30 points of fire damage.
Reduced to 15.
The aura for Cori, the damage reduction only works if you are within Cori's aura.
Yeah, but I have a Frostbrand Greatsword built into my pinion, so I have resistance to fire.
I'm
Nice.
pretty sure the only person I'm giving resistance right now is Arjhan, and he usually flies away anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So
I also
just
have,
myself.
add 6 back, or I'm sorry, add 8 back for my Ancestral Protector.
Okay.
Ooh. I'm tanking now.
Yeah, as great. Oh, well, I mean, you sure are, buddy. Grayskull just kind of like butts her axe at the end.
Okay, and then the next attack was not at disadvantage, correct?
I think it's all attacks.
Is it
On
all
any
attacks?
attack,
Any
yeah.
attack. Okay, sounds good. All right.
Which, if it's
so-
2 Grayskull, then I don't think it would have disadvantage because that's technically me. Yeah.
That is a 29 to hit.
Yeah.
I'm trying, buddy. I'm trying over here.
You know what? It's fine.
Okay, so then that is going to be for 11 points of piercing and 39 points of fire.
38 is 16, so 17 points of fire. What was the regular damage? I'm sorry.
The regular damage was 11.
All right.
And then she is going to swing with her Warhammer, which is also a disadvantage for a 19 to hit.
Shield goes up.
Okay. And the hammer just strikes against the shield, and Caelum, as you do this, Zariel just looks down at you, and you can see just the slightest hint of a smile. And then that fades as she ends her turn. Next up, Cori.
Can I get there with a 40-foot movement speed?
Yeah, I could say that. I would say that you'd get close enough.
Cool. It's bonus action. I'm gonna pop off Guardian of Nature. I'm going Primal Beast. So we get the whiskers, we get the claws, we get the teefies, we get the increased walking speed, the dark vision, and the strength-based attacks rolled at advantage, and also an extra d6 of force damage per hit. So we're doing that, and I'm gonna go running at her.
Okay.
And then we're gonna do some attacks. Attack the first. 21 to hit.
A 21 just hits.
Oh boy. All right, so that's gonna be 11 slashing damage,
Okay.
and 3 radiant damage for now. I'm gonna drop a smite on here. I gotta remember how to do that. Okay. How about a level 3? Let's do a level 3 smite.
Okay.
21 radiant damage.
All right. So, for a total of 24 radiant damage, as you strike into her, like, you're feeling really good about the radiant damage cutting in, and then there is that brief moment where you remember, oh yeah, she used to be an angel, and you realize that the radiant damage does not do as much as you were expecting.
Fuck. That's all I got, babe. We're gonna keep it up.
Okay.
We'll nickel and dime this.
Exactly. Attack the second. Oh, wait. Hold on. Also, I have a special shield now. Caelum, if and you would, take a number of
Your charisma? Or is it half
temporary
the...
hit points, right? Is that what
Yeah,
we decided?
it was temp HP.
Okay, where is it written here? I think this just says, wait. Hit with a melee attack, one ally of yours within 30 feet gains temporary hit points equal to half your level rounded down. So go ahead and take 7 temporary hit points. Attack the second. Yeah, 27 to hit.
27 hits.
14 slashing damage. Oh, I'll also give you the force damage here in a second. So 14 slashing damage, 3 radiant damage for now. I'm going to do another 3rd level.
Reduced to
smite.
1.
You know what? I'm going to make me a macro. Don't worry about it. There we go. Another 22 radiant damage, and then un momento as a roll for force. 10 force damage.
Okay.
Swish, swash, swing, growl.
And the force damage, remind me, is coming from where?
That's coming from Guardian of Nature.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
And Cori is gonna try and make himself very perturbing to this angelic creature. I've got a question. How much does Cori know about Zariel?
You could roll a history check and find out.
I'd love to. I'm traditionally pretty good at these. 14.
14. You know that Zariel used to be an angel, as was described earlier. However, after entering into Avernus and going to Bator, they decided that, as it turns out, fighting in the Blood War was kind of fun. And the problem with being a angelic arbiter who finds joy in slaying demons left and right is that sometimes, the Lord of Devils has he has some compelling arguments about your post here.
Got it. So the way this looks is that Cori comes bounding in, slides between Zariel and Caelum, trades blows. And then, there's a moment where their weapons are crossed, and Cori looks at her and says, "It doesn't have to be this way, you know."
And she will look, directly at you, and she says, "There is no other way. This is how things have to be." Make a wisdom save.
Okay.
She's going to use 2 of her legendary actions.
Okay. This doesn't have any... It's not a spell, and it's not like a charm effect, is it?
It is not, no.
Okay. Wisdom.
Yes.
18.
An 18 fails,
Yep.
as you take 28 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And Cori, when she uses this immolating gaze on you as you're having this brief conversation, there is a moment where your mind is taken out of this fight, and instead there are just flashes of what looks like hordes of unimaginable horrors clashing against devils, or at least the shape of devils in between, and what looks like a brilliantly lit creature who is bathed in lightish blues and yellows with this bandage over their eyes descending from above into this fray. And then you are taken back into your fight. Then next up, Caelum.
Bouquet. Hey, Connor, do you still have that 11?
I do.
Can I use it, please?
Yes.
Okay. I'm overcharging a Nevermore Life Hunt.
Okay.
So 22 to hit.
A 22 does hit.
She'll be taking, hopefully, that plus 57 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
And Caelum's healing for half.
Takes the full 57.
20. I'm back at almost full.
Nice.
It's an explosion of red thread that's stitched together into a raven's claw that envelops her, and Caelum yanks back the life force into himself.
There is a raucous applause from the crowd, and Caelum, as this is happening, you and I would say Arjhan would notice as well that there are more people that are walking in on this that are in the upper rungs around the same level where Asmodeus is, and one of these individuals that you see, two of the individuals I would say that you see. One is an older looking gentleman, goatee that seems to have like a white streak running through like perfectly trimmed hair. He seems to be wearing like very nice blues, a little bit of a silver outline in what looks like almost a regal shirt. And then a younger woman who appears to be like very similar in features, but would probably, you would guess, might be his daughter. They seem to also be watching this match now.
Yeah.
Quick question.
Yes.
Was there anybody else within 30 feet of me?
Gwen would be now. Caelum is now. And
Okay,
I don't know if Arjhan popped up or if he has just been like...
I didn't really move.
Yeah, he's just
she had
staying in
wings.
place. Yeah.
All right, Gwen, take 7 temporary hit points for my second hit.
What else? I have a bonus action. Caelum's going to Blessing of the Raven Queen away. 30 feet. He's
Okay.
going to turn to Zariel, raise 2 fingers in his Hoplon form, and just motion for her to come.
Okay.
Got another question. I'm sorry. I keep on interceding. I'm sorry. I'm a paladin. I'm in hell. Is this a fiend?
Let me check. Yes.
Cool. Just checking. It's important for me.
For those
But that's-
smites.
Caelum's turn.
Okay, sounds good. So that was end of Caelum's turn. Arjhan.
How's she? She's looking fine, isn't she?
She's always looking fine, but
Well,
right
yes.
now she does look damaged.
How's everybody else looking right now?
I'm still at 89.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna shoot. 34 is gonna hit.
Yep.
24 points of damage.
That'll do it.
Same thing.
Another 34.
Yeah.
Nice.
21 points of damage. Is anybody right next to her right now?
Cori is. And also Grayskull.
Cori, do you have a reaction?
Yeah, I do.
Do you want it?
Yes, please.
I cast Healing Word at 3rd level.
Ooh. I don't. Well, actually, yes. I
You
do.
get 9.
Thank you. I'm going in for an attack. Bah. 27 to hit,
That'll hit.
16 slashing damage, 6 force damage, and I'm dropping a 3rd level smite on that. 23 radiant damage.
Okay. Sounds good. She is looking rough at this point. You can tell that, like, as you all have just been like, okay, if we just beat the shit out of her really quick, I'm sure that this will probably work out fine. Like, you can tell that there are, like, dents and breaks in her armor. She hasn't been as quick to use her wings to deflect. It definitely seems like you guys are putting some serious hurt on her.
That's my turn.
Okay.
I still haven't moved.
Nope. Stood there the whole time. It's great. Gwen, it is yours. You muted yourself.
Damn it. Okay, hell yeah, let's fucking do this. Gwen is going to use she's going to get up there and do 2 attacks. Okay. Well, one of those is a 2. But the other one is 28 to hit.
Yeah, I'll hit.
And that is 15 damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my no, not that. I'm not a pussy. Action surge. To have Grayskull attack. Same thing, just
Okay.
more flare. Why are you rolling? One of you does well and one of you does poorly. Oh, I should be rolling it. No, I'm going to roll at advantage. Why am I not recklessly attacking? I'm dumb. Okay, so that's.
You stop that. That's my friend you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one is 28. The second one is 27.
Also hits.
Okay. I'm gonna roll that one. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, so 21 on the first attack, and then 18 on the second attack.
Okay. Sounds good. So, Gwen, as you do this 18 points of damage, you see Zariel, like, up until this point, she has seemed very calm, very collected. At the end of this, after you've action surged with Grayskull's help, you see her wings begin to rise up into a more pointed position, and the worst thing that you think that you have possibly ever seen in your entire life, and you've seen some pretty horrible things, is displayed directly in front of you. Zariel smiles. She looks...
That's not what I thought you were going to say.
No. It is the smile of an angel that you know has the heart of one of the cruelest devils within this 9 hells, and she looks directly at you. As she brings her hand back, and like at this point, it is the flail is extended and you see snaps back into place, and she rears back, and it is coursing with this fierce necrotic energy, the necrotic energy that you've suffered from before. And right as she is about to reach out and grab you, not by the shoulder, but what looks to be by the throat, you hear Asmodeus. I think that's enough, don't you? And she stops with this claw right within the distance. And she pulls back, and you see that smile just turn into a scowl. And then she clenches her fist. And then she is once again a tepid pool of water. Her wings furl back. And she looks up towards Asmodeus. And you can see that, like, that hand that she has that is clutching the side, that is clutching her maul. Gwen, you have been in the same situation where you've been fighting like enemies in the air, other things that you can't hit that you really want to, and you can hear the sound of her fist just like burning into the shaft of that maul, of that warhammer. And she says, "Yes, your lordship." And she just stands there. And Asmodeus says, "Gentle devils who have gathered here to watch the fight, I would like to say we are done here. These, I believe you call yourselves Four Keeps?
Yeah, yes, that's right.
Have bloodied my general. And for that, we applaud you." And as he says this, the entire crowd begins to clap and cheer. As this happens, the floor once again rises up. All of the Colosseum-style seating seems to disappear. The devils and tieflings and everyone else that were there also seem to just fade away until it is just this opening room once again. There is still the well-dressed man with the white streak in his hair. There is still Asmodeus and his table full of individuals, and Zariel stands next to you. And he says, "You're more than welcome to go back to making sure that the First Layer is defended, Zariel, but I believe our business here is concluded. Thank you again for all your service." And through clenched teeth, "Of course, my lord." And she vanishes in this pillar of flame once again.
Gwen lets out a breath, turns to everyone else, is like, "I don't know what a boner feels like, but I feel like that's what happened to me right at the end there. Did anyone else have that sensation?"
No, I wasn't about to get choked out by an archdevil, so I wouldn't.
Okay.
There's a child in the room, by the way.
Oh my God, I am so sorry.
It's like Danae's wedding all over again.
There's a lot of things you could be referring to.
So at that, Asmodeus says, "All right, Connie, now run along. It seems like you have secured yourself quite a business opportunity with what looks to be one of the strongest business owners on the surface plane." And Connie, you see, on the side, walks around to the side of the table, does a little curtsy, and then says, "I'm excited to start working with you." And like gives you a big grin, and then he says, "Now run along," and Connie will exit the room as well. He says, "I was not expecting y'all to do as much as you did against, well, one of my most prized generals as fast as you did, but congratulations are in order."
Thank you. That was a pretty good fight.
Honestly, I thought she had you at the very beginning, but
Oh yeah, no, that was a big hit. I mean, that's what I usually like to do, like hit him hard right off the bat. But this time I try to like hold back a little bit, let my friends get in there, get things going.
of course,
I have this thing where I can summon like a bunch of like those little spirits. I can summon a bunch of those, but I didn't want to do that because I didn't feel like it would show off like our talents, like just the talents of like other, like things that I have, sort of thing.
Well, if ever
I'm sorry, I'm so hyped up on this energy from the battle.
Oh, it's totally fine. Your name was Gwen, right?
Yeah, Gwen.
Gwen.
Gwen Stompfoot.
Well, Gwen Stompfoot, if ever you are looking for a battle without end, I happen to know of a certain place who's always looking for generals. You could command legions if you wanted.
Oh, I already command. I have a tribe of, and I have like a legion of Goliaths that I try that are spirits. But I appreciate it. If I do need a career change, I will let you know.
Oh, of course.
I forgot that Abaddon really hates it when I play Gwen. She's just here, like, yelling at me.
Gwen, please don't.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What?
I believe we fulfilled our end of this.
Yes, you have. And I would also like to say, I believe I owe you an apology. And he says that to you, Arjhan. Now, when all of this started, I thought that you were just the sireling of Caelum. But watching you in battle, well, it seems I was mistaken. You're more than he is. You were out there. Most of the damage that was done to my general was done by you. Watching you command your friends to put in the attack, felt like there was some kind of magic that let your friend Caelum do some attacking as well. You're more, well, Tyleon's more of a, what was his name? Obsidian Tyrant? You seem more like, all due respect, you seem more like the Onyx Operator, if anything.
I do not like that. Please, can we just wrap this up?
Oh, of
I'm very
course.
uncomfortable.
Well, I apologize. I try to be as hospitable as I possibly can. Now, you're injured.
Maybe.
I understand if you all want to take some time here, rest up, you're more than welcome to it. I'll try and get as much food, water as you possibly can sample. Or if you just want to make things lickety-quick, well, we can do that too.
Looks back to the rest of the group.
You muted yourself.
You are
Thomas.
muted.
I'm good. I'm good if you want. I could go either way.
I'm fine too. I think I still have enough of the tank to get us home. I have enough of the tank to get us home.
Didn't even break a sweat.
Well, that's good to hear. For you all. Not so much for Zariel. She and I are going to have a little conversation later on about this breaking sweat like he was saying.
She did a really good job. I mean, like, it wasn't that big. We're just, for like mortals, most of us, we're a pretty big deal up there. But like anyone else fighting her, I'm sure would have a time.
Which is why us going up against Caius is so important.
I agree. This was more just to make sure that Connie was going into a good business opportunity. Got to make sure that her boss is one of the strongest people on the plane, wouldn't you agree?
I don't see how that really matters in a place of employment, but
I'd consider myself entertained, and that'd be good enough. Now, as far as the secret of a true binding, and he looks at the rest of the people in the council, I think a little bit of secrecy, privacy would do us a lick of good. Now, and he sort of like waves his hand, and the council members all just seem to nod. And one by one, they just vanish. And then the two, the well-dressed man and the well-dressed woman are still there as well. Just, Bilal, you know that you're not always welcome here. I mean, I know that we're playing hearts later on, but seriously, like, get the fuck out. I got people I'm talking to. And the figure addressed as Belial just rolls his eyes. Come, Fiona. And the woman next to him just sort of like also rolls her eyes and like blows a raspberry in Asmodeus's direction, just to straight up like, and then the two of them just walk into a shadow and are gone. And Asmodeus like looks towards the shadow a little bit, squints his eyes. All right, they tried just hanging out there for a little bit, but I made sure that they were gone. Now, as far as the nature of true binding, like I said, this is not something that you can, well, easily do to most anything. It's going to take some time. It's going to take a lot of effort on all your end. Because if there is something that Caius has, it is tenacity. It is constitution. Taking him down will not be easy. As I'm sure you all know. However, the secret of true binding between me and all y'all, a simple little rhyme. I wrote it down for all of you, so that way you don't have to remember it as much in the moment, but you can use it as much as you want. Well, you can use it the once. Then after that, like we wrote in the contract, it'll be out of your memory. Just always on the tip of your tongue, but you'll never remember how. Because again, something like this we don't exactly want just wandering around the plane. Y'all understand?
Yes.
So, let me show you how it's done. And he will make a quick circle with his finger. And when he does, there is a circle that appears in the courtroom that then small little burning bit of fire. And you see what looks like, if like, you know those blobfish when you bring them up from the far depth and then they just have the like the wide mouth, the big nose, but like they still kind of just look like they're tapioca pudding with a face. That is kind of what Asmodeus is summoned. And Arjhan, you would recognize this as a Lemire. The absolute base, like just freshly pulled out of the river Styx. This is the like basest devil possible.
Don't make deals with devils. That's what you become.
Oh my god.
I don't know. It's kind of cute in an ugly sort of way.
The fuck is wrong with you? Do you see? I'm sorry. Is it sentient? Can I like, if I make fun of it, is it gonna feel something?
Oh, well, sentience is few and far between. You can talk to it if you want. At this
No.
point, it only knows a few words. It's still getting its mind out of the gutter, as it were.
Fuck you.
Oh.
Get to the reactor, Quaid.
What?
And this was Bertrand Raldzier. Just as a forewarning, what you are about to see may horrify and shock you. Just kidding, he's already there. And Asmodeus pulls out what looks like a soft cube. Like it's like squishy on the sides. And almost like it has like a rubber-like texture to it. And he says, obviously, for something like Caius, you're going to want something a little bit fancier, a better place to store a creature such as this. But for old Bertrand right there, well, this will do just fine. And Asmodeus takes the cube, and then with another finger snaps, and you see fires spurt up from underneath this Lemire. And it looks like it is about to expire. It looks like it is about to die. And Asmodeus says, from the dawn of your creation, you've approached your final refrain. Through trials and adventures, through tribulation and strain, you sought some other outcome, but always it was to be the same. At the center of it all, here your name shall fall, bound to a prison of precise design by the power of the ones who observe. This instrument will last until the end of time. I stand before all, speaker, translator to the threads in between. Bertrand Raldzier, I bind you to the house of whom I am now keeper. And as he says this, he extends his hand out, and it is much in the same way where when you see Caelum perform his Nevermore Life Hunt, and these red threads seem to enrapture around your enemies and pull them close. From the thing, from this small cube that Asmodeus has in his fingers, similar threads begin to extend out, but they look like they are negative space. They are something else. Almost like they are a part of this reality as a whole. and they wrap around this blobfish-looking creature. And as they do, they seem to pull through, like string through mud. And as the strings come out the other side, there is just a spectral form of what looks like a man. And that man is pulled and placed into the cube. And this blobfish, this crispy blobfish, settles and does not move.
Watching all of this, Caelum tenses, and he will remove the half mask on his face. Lord Asmodeus, I have a question for you.
You can call me Asmo if you like.
Lord Asmo, I have a question for you.
Of course.
Have you ever met an individual, a tiefling, by the name of Discovery, or have had any interactions with someone named Dieter Whitehall?
Dieter Whitehall? No. I never made any interaction with him yet, anyways. There are other people who already had claim to his name, and he didn't want anything to do with me. Now, as for Discovery, I can't keep track of every tiefling. No. Walks out of Bator or does deals with everybody. Yeah, that would just be tiresome, to say the word. But
on our plane, this tiefling and Dieter Whitehall were performing experiments to do something that you did. This soul separation and plugging into something else.
Well, I mean, people do that to themselves all the time. It's how liches are born. Demi-liches are the same thing, but accidental. So if they were doing it to others, well, good for them. They're learning. As far as if it got to a specific point that I should worry about it, I guarantee you I would not be the only one whose hackles were raised. But if they're just changing around mortals, doing fun stuff like that, well, I can't really fault them. As long as they aren't messing with me and mine.
Would I have been aware of the Asmar lab?
I would say yes.
Well, forewarning then. They were making an army.
Do you know what this army was for?
Unknown, but it was a group of half-celestials.
You have any other information about this that might prove useful? I could possibly make it worth your time.
There's a sour expression on Caelum's face. Remember when you were speaking about liches?
Yes, that was not even 5 minutes ago.
Plugs his mask on his face, poignantly.
Well, yes, I understand that you yourself are, have a certain aura about you.
There's a keep on the plane with some of their research material. I do have the teleportation circle for it. If you wish to send devils up there to investigate, I'd also like to know any information they find.
I think we can make that deal work. Seems mutually beneficial.
Caelum will pull out some parchment and scrawl the keep's teleportation circle on it and present it to Asmodeus.
You will take it gladly. Now, with that in mind, is there anything else that y'all would need from me? I can take you to far-off places. I can bestow you with wondrous power. And do pretty much anything you need. All we got to do
Wondrous
is
as Zariel?
I'm sorry, what was that?
As wondrous as Zariel?
This is what Zariel wanted.
I don't think I'm interested.
Looks to Arjhan like, "Oh, wondrous. Okay.
Points at crispy blobfish.
Right. No, I think we're okay. Thank you.
All right, well, it was a pleasure doing business with all of you. And should you ever
too.
need any information, questions that need answered, again, I have quite a selection of things at my disposal that I could offer you in such a time. And if it does come, just give me a ring. And when he says that, you see his, he flicks something, and he flicks it towards you, Gwen. And when you grab it, you actually see that it is what looks like a ring that has the symbol of Asmodeus on it.
Thanks, Pop Pop.
And he nods and says, anytime.
Okay, would you please take us out of here?
Where did we leave our house last? Glath Tribe?
Mm-hmm.
Going to expend his 8th level spell slot to TP everyone targeting the Goliath Tribe camp.
Okay. Because it is on, or you're just doing plane shift, right?
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. So yeah, as you are all wrapped up with this plane shift, Asmodeus just gives a gentle wave and says, bye-bye now. And then you see him
take care.
You see him take that small cube, and he just pops it into his mouth.
Yucky.
And that is as good a place as any as where we are going to take our break for the evening. So we're going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes. Don't go no place unless it's to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. Pick yourself up something nice, and we'll see you guys shortly. All right, everybody. I hope this button works. The button. Hello, everybody. We have returned. This is RJ.
We love you, buddy.
Oh,
You're an amazing individual, and you work hard every day to bring some great ass shows to this channel. We really appreciate you.
wow. Thank
You're
you.
such a kind person, and you always bring out the best in me. And you are a person I know I can always reach out to and have a wonderful moment and feel comforted when speaking to you.
I'm gonna need a cat. I'm gonna need my cat soon. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always like hanging out with you, Steven.
No.
I always like spending time with you. And has anyone ever told you that you're handsome? Because you're very handsome.
I know
want
that you
your
got
beard.
mad beard envy right now.
I do. I want your beard.
Next time I'll shave, I'll send it to you.
Well, I was about to say, like, man, it's been a really good 3 years playing in your very first long-term game that, you know, keeps getting better and more intense and horrifying every couple of weeks. But you know, you've grown so much over it, to the point where, like, I've said this a couple of times, but like, I go back and I watch like the writers of the game, Chris Perkins, Kate Welch, and I'm like, they had time and they could never. It's been a good time.
I'm glad. I just want everybody to have a good time. Happy 3 years, everybody. I'm glad to be here. And I appreciate all of your presence at the game. Makes it an enjoyable time. Speaking of enjoyable times, you guys are out of the hells! Yay!
Yay!
Yay! No additional deals were made. No problems were caused that we are aware of. It was a good time. You saw Zariel smile, and oh boy, what a smile that was. But you're back at the Goliath tribe. You're calm, relaxed, maybe. What is the plan?
I need coffee. It's been 20 minutes since we left. I need more coffee.
Yeah, it really hasn't been that
Okay.
long.
We did a really good job, right?
I think so.
I think so.
Cool.
And we fought Zariel, and no one died.
Yeah, that was pretty nice.
That one's pretty close.
And we spoke to two very, very bad reputation gods back to back
Truth.
in the plane of ultimate evil.
Yeah. We're killing it.
Just
Tarzan,
because
we all kept our souls.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, those of us who already had them.
To quote a great philosopher, just because you're a bad guy doesn't make you a bad guy. Thanks, Zangief.
So what are we doing next?
Resting.
Oh, good. Okay.
And are we going to the Shadowfell next?
I'm gonna be honest, I was only half listening to the plan, but yes.
That was a question directed at Caelum.
If you all think that you'd want to, then I would appreciate it.
I feel like now is probably going to be the best time. Anything else that we do is going to be getting us into pretty deep business.
And what exactly is the plan again?
When you say this, Gideon will chime in. The plan that was established earlier this morning was as follows. 1. You wanted to go on a trip to the hills. See Tiamat. I hope you had an enjoyable time.
Yes, you may cross that off. Mark as completed.
Marked as completed. The second
Oh,
stage was to
also,
go to
Gideon-
the vault.
Oh.
There was something about a letter for Parnell, as well as you were going to meet up with Oliviette.
I think we had that a little bit crossed because Olivia still needs to get to the place.
Right. As of now, we're waiting on Olivia to get to the location of the vault. Once she is there, we can essentially just jump on the ship and then get to the vault. After that, we would need to wait until she makes it to the Isles of Lestria before we can do anything with Parnell.
So we've got about a month. You mute yourself.
Gideon, do you know what my timeline is with the whole Parnell thing? Did I tell you that?
Do you have a start date?
Yes. DM.
Hold up.
What was my start date? I said I had 6 months, right? I feel like it hasn't been that long yet. Ah. Like so many buttons. If it's not anywhere close to now, then don't worry about it.
Well, it was like 3 months for these guys, right? When Cori went to the Feywild.
Yes.
And that deal was made right before we split ways.
Yeah.
So we're 3 months deep into that deal.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, as long as we don't get it too close, you know?
Yeah, that was on the 11th of Jerez, which, looking at the months and years, was like October. And you are currently in the equivalent of... You are in the equivalent of January.
Okay.
I will be sure to remind you again.
I appreciate you.
Set pleasant ding 1.
Ding!
Yay.
So we're going to the Shadowfell.
Yeah. I don't exactly know where a plane shift will drop us off on the Shadowfell. I don't exactly have a tuning fork there. Oh boy, give me a second.
Is I sort of want to ask if there's a way that we would know of to get into the Shadowfell pretty close to her. My expectation is that that answer is the Rookery of Bones.
I can ask my father if he has any way to get back.
Okay.
I'm sorry, we're meeting your dad? We're actually gonna meet your dad?
I could ask first. I wouldn't take us all to his plane.
He's not like on the he's dead, right?
No, he escaped to his own demiplane.
Oh. Okay.
What? What's up?
I'm confused. I thought he was dead. He's not dead. He's just on his own demiplane, which is something that someone can do. That's not death. They're just there by themselves forever.
By choice, yeah.
Okay. Just trying to follow along.
Gideon, prepare the upstairs bath, please.
Preparing now. Ding.
Cool.
God, I wish I had that.
This is gonna suck. And Caelum starts shouldering off his mantle as he heads up the stairs.
Cori follows him.
Gwen looks at Arjhan. Did I miss something?
Arjhan sips coffee because that sounds like a whole lot of none of his business.
The coffee is still warm from earlier today. It has not even been long enough for it to like cool off from the initial make.
It's still been percolating.
He goes and gets a little bit more like cinnamon and nutmeg.
Gwen tries this.
Does Gwen like pumpkin spice?
It's all right.
She doesn't want to admit that she loves it.
No, it's great. It's great.
Okay.
With Cori around, if I cast Contact Other Planes, I literally cannot fail the intelligence save.
Nice. That's it's handy to keep a paladin around.
Always keep a paladin around when you take a bubble bath.
Caelum is just stripped down to his trousers and he's lowering himself into the bath. You know, there was a book with that was an adaptation of another series where they just tried to do this. Didn't end up well for the person in the tub, but hey. He leans back and submerges himself as he begins to cast Contact Other Plane.
Okay. You contact the other plane, and as you submerge into the water, you feel yourself, as you have before, emerging out of water in this liminal place where you have met your father before.
Never get naked in your shower. He will drag himself off the banks of the flow and look around.
You do not see him.
Father?
There is no response.
That's weird. I have a minute to look for him, so perception check?
Yeah. Perception or investigation. Your pick.
Perception. Investigation. That's a 26.
Okay. So as you are looking around, over this minute, you do not find him. However, what you do find are that some of the trees that are here look like they have marks on them, and not arcane marks either, but it looks almost like they have been cut in some manner. Other parts of trees you see look like they have been like broken off, and then rather than the branches left that you could find, your guess is that with your 26, or it was 20, you're over 25. It doesn't matter. Those few numbers, yeah. You're guessing that the branches were probably tossed into the river, but from what you can tell, it does look like something else was here. And with that high of perception, as you're looking around as well, you do see that there are two separate sets of footprints here. One set of footprints and then a second set. So it looks like there were two individuals. One you're guessing was your father's. And then one that seems a little bit more narrow, a little smaller. That looks like they were quickly moving. And based on where those footprints stop and start, they weren't, strictly speaking, tied to the ground. From where you can see, those footprints would stop. And then in that same general pathway that these footprints are, you can see that there are these broken branches, that there are these cut marks along the trees. And it almost looks like that second set of footprints was chasing the first.
Caelum will, after the minute and he's back in the tub, sit up and turn to Cori.
What's wrong?
I think she found him.
Well, we have 2 souls to save.
A lot more than just 2 souls, but raising out of the bathtub, prestidigitation to dry himself.
Just because she found him doesn't mean she captured him.
He was always there when I tried that. I think there was a scuffle, at the very least.
Location obviously is no longer safe. You wouldn't return to a place that's been compromised.
What do you think is more conducive to our plan? Do we investigate or do we go straight there?
I feel like either way we're going to find out what happened to your father.
Shadowfell it is then.
All the Shadow Arkai are connected to the Raven Queen. If we save her, we save all of them.
Now that you're saying this, it feels a little bit more real.
How do you feel?
Nervous.
Oh, good. That's how you're supposed to feel.
Caelum will pass by Cori on his way back to his room.
Just sort of pat him on the back as he goes. Cori goes to their room to rest.
Okay. And it's just Arjhan and Gwen hanging out in the kitchen.
I think I need to go shopping.
Yeah, what are you looking for?
Information. But possibly some magic items.
You want to go to Eberron? Nope.
What?
Sigil?
Sigil, let's not go to Eberron.
There's a very
Sorry.
fancy elf there who's, I'm sure, dying to... He would love Arjhan. out of anyone.
Oh my god.
I moved all of my books today, so I have like all of the names of all of the places in my head.
There's a drow standing behind him going, "Run! Run while you still can!"
Howdy.
Steven, where is things that make you say wow?
There is a things that make you say wow based out of Sir Tellier. That seems to be one of the last standing things that make you say wow, other than the one that's on the Isle of Arathsk.
Where can we pop the house?
I believe you still have teleport circle up near the Isle of Arathsk.
As a house spot?
I believe so. You've chosen the field outside of the garden that Arathsk has.
Anybody need anything from Arathsk?
I mean, I'd like to go see our friends there if you're going shopping.
Yeah,
Okay.
to Arathsk.
Okay. Yeah, and
Witch.
Cori, as you are resting, Caelum, as you are resting as well, you feel the house shift and move, and after about 10 minutes or so, you are once again at Arathsk. It seems like the weather is nice again. Even for it being January, it's kind of like, it would be like visiting Hawaii in January. Like, it's still like, ooh, no.
Don't do that.
No, obviously, like, don't visit Hawaii. They don't want us to keep visiting Hawaii. It's bad. Just don't. Back to the game.
Come to Florida instead.
Go to no, that's a different reason not to go. Portals. Yeah, at Arathsk, it's like a chilly 70 is right now. Like, there's really like a gentle breeze kind of running through. Like, it's nice here, temperature wise, climate wise. It's nice anyways. Yeah, you find yourself once again on the Isle of Arathsk.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. Who wants to do stuff?
Gwen's gonna hang out with Arjhan. She's not gonna like kind of let him out of her sight for a while. Just hanging out.
Okay. I mean, we want to make the rounds. Like, go stop at GB's.
Greybeard is always more than happy to have you guys stop by.
Then just like go around, like go check on like the shops and stuff.
Yeah. Dragon's Drafts also, they have been doing very well. Especially with the bonus that you gave them last time. Did you have any projects that you were having them research in the meantime or work on, or was it just like base level stuff?
I think just based on base level stuff. There is a book coming out tonight. I might have a different answer.
Okay.
Come midnight.
Sounds good. Well, we can just say, should one of those things arise outside of game, you are more than welcome to. Otherwise, this is like, all right, Myro, it's your quarterly review. Let's talk business.
But yeah, I do want to go to things that make you say wow.
Okay. Yeah, and it is you and Gwen who have decided to go to things that make you say wow, standing outside of this inconspicuous red tent. There's just an air of dread. Nobody likes going in this place. It's terrible. Always awful. They have great deals, but yeah. And when you
Just like Walmart.
Yep. You know the clientele that shops at things that make you say wow. They got exactly what you need, but at what price?
They're all wearing pajama pants.
All low prices now at Walmart. Not sponsored.
So entering into things that make you say wow, you descend down the stairs. You once again find yourself in this curtained room, and you see once again that the frog is sitting upon the counter, and it looks at you and looks back and then looks at you again. And just like gives you like a little bit of like a nod, a knowing nod, and then it hops off from the counter, and you see the curtain shuffle a little bit. And you wait. 5 minutes goes by. 10 minutes goes by. And the curtain is brushed aside. And you see Arillo. But, like, half of his face is beard, the other half is clean shaven.
What's up?
That's a different look.
I don't know. It's all the rage for the rest of the thread twisters. Oh, it's you two.
Hey,
Good to see you.
what's up? Good to see ya. How you been?
Doing well. How about yourself?
Good. You know, just saving the world.
Oh.
Yeah, we've been pulled back and forth in a lot of directions, and I actually wanted to speak to you about something like that.
Oh.
We
Are you
went to the
looking for,
moon.
Did you bring anything back?
Got some rocks.
That's still something. Yeah, if you give him a handful of moon rocks, he'll give you 5 silver for them.
Oh, cool. She was just gonna give them to him.
Yeah. It's just no. We have to make it a transaction. Can't go around getting people to say, like, oh, they donated things to the store. It might look bad, but you never know. But thank you, all things considered. I mean, I still have to verify that these are indeed moon rocks and not just rocks, but you all seem like your travels take you here and there, so I have at least a certain layer of trust for you. But you had a question.
I do. I've been contacted by an alternate reality version of myself, and I need to know how to do that consistently.
That... Huh. An alternate reality version of... And as he is acknowledging this, you hear a, "You son of a bitch!" And the curtain gets thrown back, and there is another Arillo there. But his face also has, like, half facial hair, half not, but it's grown in on the opposite side.
Oh, I was about to ask that. Sorry.
And he attacks the Arillo that is in front of you.
See, but I don't want this sort of thing to happen. What can you do about that?
And as you're asking this, the two of them are, like, wrestling with each other. One of them pulls out a knife and is, like, trying so hard to, like, get at the other one. And, like, they are
Gwen
scuffling.
summons Grayskull, and they both go and pull one of the other off each other. Gwen is standing on the counter, just, like, one arm holding one of the Arillos, like, children.
One of the second Arillo to show up as they're playing. He took my life! He took it from me! And he's yelling that, and just the first Arillo is like, get over it! We've been through this! It's all documented! Like, they are just, like, seeming to have a conversation.
Okay, all right, shut up!
Frog!
Shut the fuck up! Shut both of... Hey!
And, like, the first Arillo is like, yes, let us shut the fuck up. Wouldn't that be good for us? And the second one is like, it looks like they're about to start crying.
Okay, all right, hold on.
Can I please get a waffle?
Please get a waffle. All right. What the fuck is going on? And how can we end this quickly?
And the first Arillo says, just kill him. I'm the real one. And the second one says, if you let me kill him, then I can take him back into my body and I can have my life again.
Or I can just fucking kill both of you and then get another one from behind the tent, okay?
Whoa, and they both like, whoa, no, whoa, hey, whoa.
Yeah, seems kind of extreme now, doesn't it?
Then just give me a knife, look the other way for like 5 minutes, tops.
No.
God, why? And then,
Okay, where's the council? You have a full fucking council back there, right?
yes.
Okay, what did they say?
They said that I should kill him and get my life back. That's not what they said at all. They said that you deserve to have your magic stripped from you, that you were going to be on the outs of the council anyway, and that this was going to be my shop now because you ran it so poorly. The pooping diaper thing, not very fun for people. They saw that. They did not enjoy. I wanted people to say wow when they came to this store, and they did. They would say wow.
Okay,
Steven,
that's enough.
I have something that I need to add to my lines immediately.
Okay.
Gwen's like, all right, that's enough. And just starts choking them both with her and Grayskull, and she's just gonna knock him out.
Okay. And they both pass out. The
I'm
curtain
sorry.
opens
I
again.
didn't know what to do.
The curtain opens a third time, and you see a clean-shaven Arillo, hair nicely styled, who has a cup of coffee and the frog in their arm. And they just, oh, it's the two of you. How nice to... What the hell? They look down and see the two choked out Arillos.
I
They
have to
were
talk to you
arguing.
about something.
Okay, sorry. Just one
Like, takes a
Arjhan, I know
step
this-
over one of them and sets the coffee cup down like nothing's happened. Just, yeah, what seems to be the issue?
So number one, I was trying to make a deal with one of these gentlemen.
Oh, I'm glad you didn't. They're completely untrustworthy.
But I've been contacted by an alternate reality version of myself, and I need to know how to do that consistently without having one of them try and kill me. Because I don't think that we do that.
No, see, they were a special case. Imagine if a clone spell went wrong.
Yes,
Like
I am familiar with my own backstory.
That's what happened with you.
Does Arjhan's nose bleed?
No,
Yeah. Oh, okay, no.
no, not at this point. Because it is his, like, it would be like me describing what has happened to me in the past as my backstory. Like, it's not like a narrative thing. Like, you can just say that. Like, oh, I went to high school in my backstory.
I literally do that on the daily.
Yeah. No blood necessary on that one. Just, oh, well, you say that you've come in contact with them before.
Yes.
And he sets the frog down. How did they manifest this conversational piece? Was it like a letter, an electronic signal? You were sleeping, and they appeared to you in a dream. They appeared on a ship and said, "I am you, and you are. I am thou, and thou art I." And then some bullshit happened, and next thing you know, you're in a school with other kids fighting some sort of god.
What?
Look, I've been around.
Most recently and not consistently, stably, I guess, I don't know, in Crystal up north. It's sort of like I'm not really familiar with exactly what it was. It was some sort of indigenous magic of a tribe up there.
All right. Well, do you have a piece of that crystal? Something that connects you to that moment, that interaction?
Not that I recall.
You did get a piece of the gem that the wingless Arjhan had like circled out and pushed forward, and it had fallen for you.
I take out the Jimmy.
And Arillo looks at it, like takes a little sippy of coffee. Gwen, from where you're standing on the other side of the counter, you see like one of the sets of Arillo feet just starting to like get pulled behind the counter in some form. And when you look, the frog is just like gorging themselves on these fallen Arillos.
You just the image is Gwen's face around the corner, just like, oh my. and then just goes back around the corner. She's not listening to what's happening. She is just like, the fuck.
And the Arillo that you're speaking to, this fresh-faced one, as they sip on this cup of coffee. Now, in certain situations, there will be opportunities for you to bypass certain barriers. There were several wizards out there who were fanatics about what they believed to be crystal spheres. One such scholar, Jordan the Silent, spent many, many years discussing whether or not the existence of these crystal spheres were, well, if they existed at all. And I am living proof that while he may have, well, disappeared in some such form, they do exist. They are, let's say, canonical, for lack of a better phrase. There are mirrors to other worlds, and sometimes you are able to go through those mirrors. Weird things that make you say, wow, are testament to this. Now, with a gem such as this effectively would act as your mirror, a lens of sort that would allow you to see, and has allowed you to see, through those barriers. Almost like if a ray of light hits a prism, how then the prism projects into a multitude of colors. Imagine your vision is seeing the edge of this crystal sphere, and you are able to see its projection as though it were refracted light. Now with this, I could possibly fashion you something, if you were interested, or at least hone in on how better to work and how better to activate it, if that was something that you were interested in. And as he says this, Gwen, you see that the other set of Arillo feet, as there were two that were sticking out from where we're choked, is now being dragged behind the counter.
I'd like to know a little bit more information about what you're proposing.
Well, this long piece of gem could either be used to fashion a scope of sorts, if you wished to have it be more of like a maritime navigation piece. Otherwise, it could just be a set of goggles that you could put on that would allow you to see through the refractions. Ultimately, what it would be is... Are you familiar with the idea of the spell Contact Other Planes?
Yes.
Now, what if, instead of contacting another plane, you were contacting the same plane, but through the lens of this refracted sight of yours? If there was another version of yourself, you would be able to contact them, not just wait for them to contact you.
But that would require a certain amount of knowledge of Arcana, correct?
Something that I am willing to help you with, for a fee, of course, but ultimately, it would be the same as, well, using another magic item. Although, in this specific case, with the way that it is, for most anyone else, if they were to try and use it, say your friend Gwen, or your friend Caelum, if they were to try and use the same tool, the same device, they would not be able to have it activate. They don't have a recipient who's able to see in the same way that you are. Knowing what I do about, again, seeing past the refraction of these spheres, I would be able to help. For something such as this, I would be able to lend my assistance for... Depends on how quickly you would want it done. I could set the council on it, and we could figure out a way to get this by later today. If that was the case, you would be looking at 20,000 gold. If you wanted to wait a while, the lowest that we'd be able to do this would be 10,000. But it would take us roughly 2 weeks. And as he says this, the frog from below the counter hops back up onto the counter. And he just sort of like gives it some pats.
Gwen takes a step back.
Gwen, do you want anything?
Yes. Can I get something that will let me have a conversation with someone really far away, but like anytime I want?
Do you want to just be able to belay the message one way? Do you want like some sending stones? That sort of thing?
Yeah, but I want it because I sometimes want to contact my parents or like my betrothed, or like sometimes I just want to shoot the shit with someone and not like a full blown conversation, but just be like do a short hey, I want to here's a thing, and then like they can say something back. Yes, a sending stone.
So there is an up-and-coming Arcana user on the plane of Faerun that has developed a sending stone that can attach itself to multiple other sending stones as well, as a sort of relay station.
Uh-huh.
Normally, they're only sold in sets. This would act more as a recipient.
Ah, okay. Do you have something where I could do that, but like to whomever I wanted?
Without having to give them the other thing first?
Yeah. Like just a short hey, this is what's going on. Hope you're well. And then they pop one back at me.
The popping the back at you is the real problem there. If you just wanted in a means of... Well, the means of doing that, we could probably work something out with a earpiece of sending. It would just work as the one way. That one would probably run you close to around 4,000 gold. If you were looking at something that would relay or give the ability to relay a message back, you would be looking at closer to around 6,000.
How much money do we have?
We're about to have a lot less.
All right. I mean, it's not a big deal. We don't have to, but that's just the only thing I think of.
If you did decide to invest in both either scope, lens, your gem, however you want it prepared, as well as the earpiece, I would be able to at least work out a deal of some sort, shave some price off. If you were going for, say, 10,000 for the lens, I could make the earpiece 5,000. 15 for both. If you wanted to spend 20,000 gold and get it done later today, and you also wanted said earpiece, I could reduce that to 3,000. You would get the earpiece half off.
We'll talk about the specifics of the configuration, but I am going to pay the 20,000.
Excellent.
Just so that we have enough time to work on Shadowfell. Also, I have a shit ton of gems. I would like diamonds. Can we get diamonds?
Yes. I'm always more than happy to exchange. What kind of what grade of diamond are we talking about here? Are you looking for like diamonds that you could use for like a chromatic orb? Are you looking for diamonds that you could use as part of a, oh my god, they're dead, please don't die on me now, I need you to live kind of diamond? Or like an even bigger one where they've been dead for way too long, but you still kind of need them to help?
I need resurrection diamonds. Resurrection diamond focuses, but so I have a whole bunch of expertly cut gems that are worth 10,000 gold pieces a piece. I have 11 of those, so I have 1,100 gold in other gems that I just want in diamonds.
Yep. Transfer's super easy. Just a 1-for-1, like configure your diamonds in an array that suits you best.
I don't know what these components cost. Can a reser tell me what we need?
Somebody with resurrections revivifies.
300 GP diamond.
Okay, so we need 4 of those for 1,200.
If you're doing, if you have
maybe-
1,100 and you're willing to trade the gems straight up, he'll, like, because you're already spending so much money, he's willing to, again, cut you a deal on that one.
Do we need bigger diamonds for anything?
I don't
Sorry,
think
what?
so.
Okay. I will just say that we have a lot of diamonds. 11. I have a calculator. Wait, I'm missing a 0. Sorry, I'm not trying to do small business sim. We can get 36 diamonds.
Okay.
Do we need 36 diamonds? How much do you think we're gonna die?
Yeah, if we die significantly more than twice a piece, I think we're going to have a lot more problems.
Yeah.
It's
than
better to
just
have
that.
them than to not
Yeah.
need them.
And out
I
of character,
guess.
like that's fairly liquid funds. You can like turn those back
Yeah.
into gold fairly easy, right?
Yeah.
We're basically just like translating it into the currency that also brings us back to life.
Okay. So I'll be that, and I still have 200 gold pieces in gems.
All right, my
Well-
dude.
Well, no, I don't. Okay, so. Okay, so what is the cost for everything else, and does he have anything else on the side that seems neat?
So it was 20,000 for the lens, and for the lens to
Paid.
be done
Paid.
quick. Then it was the earpiece, which he was giving you half off because you were already spending so much. He was only giving you 3,000 instead of the 6,000 that it was going to normally cost.
Paid.
Paid? Okay. Then it was the gemmies that are being turned into diamond.
Okay, so I have 36 diamond, 36x, 300 GP diamond. And then I'm taking 200 gold back because conversion.
Okay.
Anything else on the side? That seems neat.
As far as things that he has that seem neat, let me check on that real quick. Because normally Arillo doesn't showcase off a lot of things. Yeah, let me check on that really quick. Yes, Magic, I know you just woke up from a nap and are very hungry.
Oh, big stretch.
Arilla just comes out with like a set of AirPods for Gwen.
Yay! Baby!
Hello, Midge.
Yay! The void. He speaks back.
Just a lot of headbutts. Let me see here.
Oh, anything that seems like it would be specifically good for us to like not die in the Shadowfell. Because I did say that. I did say that we were going to go to the Shadowfell.
For the Shadowfell
like-
specifically, he asks, or Arilla will ask in general, are any of you, he's like, I know that one of you does typically wear armor. Gwen, I think this is the first time I've actually seen you wearing armor. You normally look like you're more of like, oh, go and get 'em style. But we do have some armor that would offer resistances to necrotic damage. Otherwise, we do have, I do have a calming tea set. One thing that you may or may not know about your adventure in the forthcoming Shadowfell, are you familiar with processing grief? Are you familiar with processing despair, negativity on a regular basis?
With our group? No.
Well, I can tell
Not
that
wrong. Shut up.
I can tell that there is a little bit of, you know, snootiness that's coming from you on that end. However, in the event that you find yourself in the Shadowfell for longer than a period of a day, you will feel that place begin to drain you, begin to take away the joy that you have in your life, the stability that you have in your mind. This calming tea set would allow you to have advantage in your mental fortitudes.
How much?
Gives you advantage on intelligence and wisdom saves?
On saves against the temporary madnesses that are inflicted by the Shadowfell.
Against despair.
Can I have that?
The tea set currently has 6 charges. And one use of tea is good for like one charge is good for up to, it would be 8 individuals, like 8 uses of tea for the day. After the day ends, the tea expires, it goes cold. Nobody really wants to drink that kind of tea. That kind of cold tea would just honestly like cause you more despair, if anything. Cost-wise,
Underestimate my power.
Cost-wise, it would be 3,000 gold pieces for the calming tea set, and it looks very nice. It's like that porcelain, but like mostly has like the blue inlay on it, and you see what looks like. I would say it looks like a rabbit, if a rabbit were bipedal. And they just seem to have like this little cup that they're giving a sippy to.
Hey,
Shit, I did not realize we had this much money.
I didn't either, and I'm having a great time.
Good.
As far as other things you might be interested in, I have an orb that when you use it will create some light around you if there are any one of you that don't seem to have as much ability when it comes to seeing in the dark.
That's okay. I glow.
You're always glowing.
No,
He
only when I
winks at you.
Her
rage.
neck and start
Oh.
glowing like a glow stick.
Yeah. She cracks her neck, goes into a rage, and just like avatars on her chest.
I was
That's
not
how it's gonna
expecting
be.
that.
Gwen
And then
just
just sort of does a little shimmy so that she shakes it up.
I wasn't
we're
ready for
on it
that.
tonight, guys.
Listen, I'm the peanut gallery at this point.
Oh my god. Fantastic.
Does anybody else want anything from our shopping trip?
Does anybody want anything for the store?
Armor? I want that necrotic armor.
The necrotic ammo, but how much for that?
Okay, that would be armor of resistance, specifically for necrotic. If you are getting it as plate mail, it would be the base cost of plate mail, which I believe is 5,000 gold pieces. And then you would add for the enchantment, it would be about 10,000 gold, all things considered.
Hold on. Playmail can't be that much.
Double check.
It's
I'm wearing plate
enchanted.
mail. Give me a second.
Oh, fun fact. Portable hole is container in D&D Beyond.
Aw, that's fun. Makes sense.
Just gonna add all these bodies to it.
Plate.
Instead of
A
letting him
plate
hit the
is
floor.
Put
Plate
the
is
bodies in
1,500.
Oh, if it's
hole.
1,000. Okay, so then it would be 5,000 in total for the necrotic armor. Why did I think it was 5,000?
You might be
no,
thinking
man.
of like some legendary armor.
Oh no,
If it was
the
legendary, that'd be
armor would
way
so much
fucking more than
expensive.
5. Yeah.
Maybe like rare armor, like the
Yeah.
something like that.
That's what this
Hey.
armor is rare. Yeah, so Cori, you will have a set of necrotic armor with you.
Caelum, well, this entire time he's begun prototyping a new magic item. He would like to try and make a brooch of shielding.
Ooh.
But he'll relay any material costs to Arjhan and he'll pay it back when he gets here.
Okay.
Gideon travel in a day.
What?
How many times can Gideon travel in a day?
Unlimited, right?
Yeah, it's
It just
unlimited.
takes
but-
time.
Yeah, there's a refractory period on the house. Cool down.
At some point while we're resting, can Cori pop back to the Feywild and send her familiar to go and check on that one town in the Underfey?
You have a what?
Yeah,
Well-
your Foxfire familiar.
Yeah. I very rarely use it, but I have something similar to that.
It's a will-o-wisp, but it looks like a little fox. Yeah, you were definitely able to.
It came with the ring.
Yeah, you were definitely able to send off your will-o-wisp to go and investigate that. Your house, where the house appears, is in spring, so getting to fall might be a little bit. It might take some time, but yeah, they're able to go and check that out, and they can let you know when they find out.
Okay. I just want to keep a watch on that place.
For
Cori
sure.
feels a special connection there. And recently having severed connections with Shar is making her think of that place in more of a, like, God, I really should, like, check on those guys kind of way.
Yeah. So for your familiar, it is just like a general checkup, or are you having them like look out for anything in particular, like come back when you find X thing?
A general checkup. I don't think that there's anything that Cori can, like, cast through them. Yeah, I don't think so. I'll, like, remind me that I wanted to, like, do something with that town if we ever have any prolonged amount of downtime again.
Okay.
I'm so sad.
What's that?
I could have instantly created that brooch of shielding if I was one higher.
Aw. Yeah. I'm good cutting it there.
Okay. Sounds good. So, Cori, are you going to wait to go to the Feywild for all your friends to return, or while Arjhan and Gwen are out about shopping, you're like, I'm just going to take the house out for a little spin?
Well, I mean, like,
Dude, where's my house?
If anything, we would have left Arjhan and Gwen like the key and a silver door handle.
yeah, essentially.
We parked it here, right? Maybe
Like,
somebody.
Arjhan with like 2 overly sized paper bags from things that make you say, well, I think so.
There's a little parking ticket that says it got towed.
And if nothing
Oh,
else,
I guess we have to go get bagels.
Cori probably
Breakfast sandwiches.
most likely would have messaged them. We've got like Star Trek things. Bedoop, Captain,
Yes.
taking the house for a joyride.
Like at the front door, just like getting ready to open, and then
Well, shit.
But yeah, so
We go get breakfast sandwiches.
Eggy McEggwiches from your dear friend GB, who when he sees you, he looks as tired but full of energy as he ever does. Like, you see GB and you're
I
like,
miss GB so much.
like, that dude probably gets like 4 hours of sleep a night tops. But like, he has more energy than I know what to do with after 10. Like, he's just constantly up. And he's like running the place all by himself, but it looks like he has actually been able to hire some assistants, which is good for him. They just seem like at this point, it's actually kobolds that are like running around with like trays on their heads, like holding them above to like try and take to people. And it seems to be actually going pretty well here. But when you arrive, GB like sees you come in, big like smile on his face. There's some customers that look like they are like getting done with their meal, and he just goes over and like shoos them away. And just says like, it's comped, just get out of here. And then like cleans off your table really quickly and just says, best seat in the house.
GB!
And he beams at you, and says, oh, what'll it be today, my fine friends? Didn't know that you were back on the island.
Well, we just got here like 5 minutes ago, went shopping. House left, so we're here. But I have a lot of stories to tell you, but what we need are breakfast sandwiches. So excited, cannot wait.
My specialty. Also, is your house a boat?
No, actually, that's part of the long story. Got a house from a hag that travels across time and space. Well, just space, not time. Right, Arjhan?
just space, as far as I know.
Right. And we went to the moon, but we can talk about that when you bring back the sandwiches.
Yep, doing that now. Gonna try and be as quick as I can, because this sounds interesting, and I am curious. And he just...
Yeah. The story consists of like all of like the big major points. She's gonna like downplay the like dying parts, as that is probably not as interesting to like normal people. But definitely play up the fact that went to the moon, met some gods, went to the hells. The earth is round, and all
blew
of
his
that fun
mind.
stuff.
Like immediately when you let him know that the earth is round. Just...
Yeah, basically just a quick summary of everything that's happened since we've freed this place.
Yeah, he is on board with all of your tall tales.
They're real.
Tall in stature, not tall as in fake. He is greatly enjoying them. And he comps your food as well. I mean, an Eggy McEggwich at his establishment is like a silver. It's really not. And that's like primo Eggy McEggwich. Like there's a little bit of pesto, a slice of tomato on there as well. Like, it's
You
good.
made me hungry. It's good soup.
Good soup.
So that is finishing up at the Isle of Arathsk. Cori, you have taken a house for a joyride, sent out your Firefox to go and investigate what is happening at the Fomorian Fortress. Caelum, you were working on your brooch of shielding and got yeast clothes.
Cori does it like super quick too, because like she doesn't want any Feywild shenanigans bullshit. So it's like the house appears, she chucks that fox familiar through the door, shuts it, and then just like house is gone again. And then like her dad sticks his head up like out of
just
the bushes.
like as like little like fox made of fire is rushing away.
Yeah, that's what happens.
He's getting into topiary gardens at this point, so he was just working outside.
Wearing a huge like sun hat. He's got like the gardening gloves on. He's got these big old shears, like clip clip.
Oh yeah. And then Caelum, for like you missing it by one, I would say that it's like you're busy working on this item. You're so close. As long as nothing like jarring or like abrupt happens, and then the house transfers and lands, and there's just like that slight like offset, and that's what causes you to miss.
Cori can hear from their room just a quiet ah.
Cori, it sounds like frustration, not pain.
I'm sure that's fine. Cori, presenting female again.
And then back to the material plane. When you arrive, your friends are not waiting at where the house usually operates. Are you going to go and meet them at Greybeard's? Or are either of the two of you just going to like wait in the house?
Frustrated Caelum is going to set aside the work and go back to it later, and he's going to go to Greybeard's. I will work on it when I get home.
And Cori, are you going to Greybeard's as well, or are you staying in the house?
Yeah, I imagine like Cori is like on the couch in the living room, and like Caelum goes stomping past her, and so she like hops up off the couch and just tags along.
It is a very quiet walkover. Cori, you get the sense like something is your fault, but like you don't really know why. And it's like not even really that big of a deal. Like it's not like your fault because Shar, it's your fault because like I don't know.
Cori.
Yeah, because Cori, like, this is fine. You're used to this one. But yeah, I'd say like you guys arrive at Greybeard's. Arjhan and Gwen have just finished up eating their first Eggy McEggwiches. Greybeard is going to go off to make some more. Seeing the two of you, he welcomes you in as well. And as the four of you all settle in to get some of that sweet, sweet dinner food that is actually a breakfast food.
And it's actually still breakfast.
And it's actually still breakfast. It's pretty early on in the day, to be quite fair. This is like a brunch. It's like a brunch thing. There are mimosas.
We get some mimosas for the table.
There are mimosas, for sure. And I think that's where we'll call it for tonight's session. So I'd like to say, we did it. Congrats. Hooray. Thank you to everybody who decided to stop on by and join us for this wonderful session of Dungeons and Dragons. I always have a blast whenever I can play with these folks at my table. RJ, where can we find you? What do you do?
I have jerky in my mouth. Thank you. Hey, everybody. It's me, RJ. You can catch me at RJustice282 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about the nerdy things in my life and sometimes stream with my friends. This week, we're going to be testing out the Twitch integration for 7 Days to Die. So come on, roll over and summon a bunch of zombies on me. It'll be fun. I'm in a lot of games, and I tweet whenever I go live in them. So check out my Twitter for that. I'm not going to list them all here. It's too much. DanaeKeener.com.
Hello, everybody. I'm LBHackEmUp. You can find me at LBHackEmUp on the Twitters and the Twitches. I am in my new location, and after taking a week off, I am back at it again tomorrow. I'm not sure what I'm going to play. I've kind of been itching to play Dead by Daylight again just because I haven't played it in a while, but I started at Dead of Night, and I'm really into it. I also now live, alone, so that might be not a great idea, but it'll be fine. You can catch me after that on GGK. We're doing our mask game with Danae and Tyler. Woo! And then I'll be live on Friday night. Lauren and I are playing some fun games. Sunday night, we have a scheduling change because we had some people have life issues. But I don't know if we're going to be starting our new game this week. I have to talk to everybody, but I think we're going to do a masks game because I've been pretty excited. I kind of want to do a My Hero Academia type style game. So I'm excited about that. But check my Twitter for all the fun stuff. And I might actually do, once everything's set up in my house, a house tour. Who knows? DanaeKeener.com.
Ha! Well, ha! I'm Cyber. You can find me at Cyber01 on Twitter and Twitch. I play games right now. We're doing Oblivion. We stole the Elder Scroll last time, so that was fun. We'll be doing more stuff on that this week. I think October doesn't start this week, right? It's next week. Yes. Okay. Cool. I had to figure out.
Already October. Jesus
Almost.
Christ.
Yeah.
Almost.
Oh man, it snuck up on us, y'all.
I remember. Man, last I looked, it was March 2020. It's been a while.
The progression of time is causing existential despair. I'm going to be playing Metroid Dread in October, but
Yay.
I got to figure out something else to stream the first day of October. It might be Werewolf the Apocalypse again, but I'll try speedrunning it because I don't want to do anything else with that game. I certainly don't want to sit through it. I might be doing new stuff on my YouTube also pretty soon. Check out that. Yeah. Let's talk about it. We'll eventually have a new episode. So that's fun. The return of my drunk podcast. What else? And the games. No. First off, the Patreon. Patreon.com/Cyberwolf1. I don't charge anything for it now. Everything on there is free, and I actually cannot charge you for anything on there now. So, hey, don't worry about it. Just go get your free shit. You want to run Dragon Heist in Exandria? Go ahead. You want to run, I don't know, you want to know the spells in Magnus Archives categorized by entity? I have that. Yeah. But for games, I'm here on Mondays. You found us. Good for you. You're loved. I had decaf at the break, and I shouldn't have. And on Thursday, is it this Thursday? I might be running Urban Shadows on High Shelf Gaming. Yes, I think I am. Yes, that is this week. Okay, cool. That's what I'm doing. DanaeKeener.com.
Hey everybody, I'm Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com. I do nerdy drawings mostly related to D&D and a lot of things on this channel. You can also find me at Danae Keener on Twitter. I have a pinned tweet there that has all my schedule, all the things that I'm up to, all the games that I'm in. Yeah, I am going to be on G Game Nights tomorrow playing Masks, which is very fun. And we very rarely get to do it because we have so many schedule conflicts for that game. So come and get it while it's hot. He can't help it. But yeah, DanaeKeener.com.
And if you've made it this far, you probably already know who I am. But if you don't, hey Acorns, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/Indoor Adventures. We do shows like this on Monday and Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, as well as on Sundays at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/Indoor Adventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played, including full playthroughs of a bunch of different stuff, and with a bunch of different systems as well. We got Masks, we got City of Mist, we got D&D, we got a weird system that Graybeard made up at like 2 a.m. It's a great time. In the future, we might also have some other fun stuff, like, I don't know, Lancer might be coming to the channel here pretty soon, which I'm excited for. Big, if you know me, you know I love big mechs, and I cannot lie. But with that, we are going to be going into our Patreon-supported after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. So if you have any questions that you would like to ask myself or any of these other fine folk, feel free to join us at patreon.com/indooradventures, or you can ask those questions on our Discord. The link can be found in the Twitch chat to the side right now, or you can find it in the description of this video down below. So with that, I would like to say once again, thank you to everybody who decided to stop on by. Thank you to these players for putting up with my bullshit once again this week. And we'll see all of you guys next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye!